Going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And somebody sent me something today that was real disturbing. Somebody sent me a clip of a guy that works for the Ultimate Cleveland Browns show. He's on 92 The Fan today. And he's told a bold-faced lie, in my opinion. Now, I don't know who told him the information that he's receiving, but this isn't the first time we heard this. We heard Rex Ryan speak about it, how Shador don't go to meetings, don't watch films, does all these different tangibles. Now, from my understanding, and something else in the clip somebody sent me, is that there was another guy that works for this show, and he warned him, bro, this fan base is different. There's nothing like we never seen before. The engagement is all-time high. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but when it comes to me, I'm real different because I'm finna be BTA a day, bro. I mean, you shouldn't have said what you said, dog. I mean, bro, I'm finna post this video everywhere. Now, I know some of y'all is wondering what the hell I'm talking about, so let's go through a timeline, man. Shout out to my homeboy JK over on Twitter for keeping our receipts, because this is a little different type of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Which, like, I know we see a lot of different scenarios that come out about Shador, but no Shador slander will be tolerated in any shape, form, or fashion. You're playing with the wrong fan base, bruh. And I'm telling you right now, I'm finna find your social medias. I'm finna find your ats. It's over with, dog. Because this is by far. And then you try to backtrack and then say this and that. Listen to this right here. Listen.
I told people when we was coming, here, in the beginning, and when they drafted Shador Sanders, I told everybody in the media, all of them, I said, guys, I'm on the ground floor. I'm in the streets. This is different. It's different. It's a storm coming, and you might want to get it. You might want to understand what's going on. And he said, what are you talking about? We didn't have Deshaun. We didn't have Baker. We didn't have Odell. I said, no. That's nice. I was here for all of those. Yeah. You ain't seen nothing like the loyalty and fan base that this guy got. And they got different.
Now, I'm gonna stop it right there. Now, this is the clip right here, right? I don't know who this guy is. I don't even watch their damn show, because I can't put myself alongside people show up every day knowing that you don't fuck with my guy. I don't support this. I don't support the Ultimate Brown Cleveland show. I don't support people that work on their show. I don't support none of their shit. I cannot place myself beside somebody that slanders my dog. I don't give a damn how much money they paying me. We chin up, chest out, wrist up. What you mean, bruh? Now listen to this fool.
I think with Shador is I've talked to enough people and heard so much about him that's not very good. So what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to play dumb and just come in here and be like, yeah, play the kid, let's give it a shot? When you hear over and over and over again, doesn't really watch a ton of film. Had to kind of be shown how to watch film. Doesn't know when he's hot. Doesn't know what he's looking at in coverages.
How the hell do he not know what his daddy's a Division I football coach. This young man has been playing football since he was knee-high to a damn billy goat. You mean to tell me, out of the clear blue sky, Shador just don't know defenses? He just poof don't know shit no more. That's what you sat up here and said. That's what you just said, dog.
Am I supposed to ignore all that? And then when you look at the data, it is what it is. And he didn't play well. I think with Shador is I've talked to enough people and heard so much.
He didn't play. Bro, I bet not never see you in real life, bro. I'm telling you, dog, this season I'm outside, bro. I'm in the streets for real. I'm outside, but I never see you, bro. I'm gonna have some words for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got some words for this dude, bro. I mean, just the blatant disrespect this man just showed towards Shador Sanders, dog. This is what be pissing me off. And then they hee ha with these people, bruh. And then y'all hee ha with these people, dog. That's why I'm like chilling out with the Browns content, man. I can't be part of the circus fuckery, bro. Because that's what it is. Don't nobody ever say nothing. Y'all always supporting these people, bruh. Wasting my breath. Telling y'all these people fake. Y'all running their numbers up, watching them, telling y'all they fake. That's why, like, bruh, I just, like, 2026, I'm coming with a whole different change of swag, bro. For real. For real, bro, because I'm tired of wasting my breath. Bruh. Those who know. But y'all steady supporting these Cleveland people. They ain't even been here. They switch up their opinions all the time. Then you got dumbass people like him. Now, this was him this morning.
Scheib Jewelers, Cleveland's premier jewelry store.
Are they mad at Jason?
Well, it depends your sourcing, but yes.
My wife.
And generally all the sources.
My wife was listening.
Yeah, well,
she was driving my
she's
son
mad
to
at
school.
you.
Oh yeah, she said, "Welcome to my world, everyone. All the things you so innocent."
Exactly.
And I've said that, and people get mad, and I can't help that. And I also think there's a difference in.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and Montana.
I got to get preview.
You're Charles Manson because I prefer to call it a family. And I'm like, well, no. Guys, I just don't want to go any further into this hole. And I had an epiphany during last season when things were going really, really bad. Why am I trying to dig out of this hole that I didn't create? I didn't want this quarterback situation. I didn't want to have 4 QBs. I didn't want to have a quote-unquote red shirt year for the most popular quarterback coming out in the draft. I didn't want to do any of that, and I damn sure didn't want to take the guy that they're paying to not play. I didn't want to have him, so why am I trying to pull the nose up on that thing when I don't have to? So let me try to find a way forward instead of a way out. And that makes me being accused of wanting to tank. I don't want to tank. I want to keep my head low because I don't think that any one of these guys that are available are going to take this team and boom, put them at 11-6 and put them in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is it's going to take multiple years to dig out of the Deshaun thing.
Exactly.
And I've said that, and people get mad. And I can't help that. And I also think there's a difference in, like, the people who just showed up with Shador. Like, I get why they hate me. I get it. I mean, whatever. But
why do they hate you?
Because they're not really football fans. They're Shador fans. So
we ain't football fans. We Shador fans. We're not football fans. We Shador. We're not Cleveland Brown fans. Hell you talking about? We're not football fans. We Shador. What do Shador do, sir? Is Shador a rapper, too? Is Shador an actor? What is Shador's full-time job? A damn football player. So, with that being said, how is we're not football fans when the guy we support plays football? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How is we not football fans when his full-time job is him throwing the pigskin? And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. Oh,
those people, I get why they would not take kind to what I'm saying. I think the people who have been here, the people who have been Cleveland sports fans for the last 15, 20 years, who have followed what I've done, I think they look at this very, very differently than the people who just showed up.
So you just contradicted yourself. You just said the Cleveland fans, right? Ain't that what I just said? Ain't that what I just said? The Cleveland fans. So you basically insulted Shador Sanders' whole fan base. Whole fan base.
Jason, I have combed through the filth and the vile on YouTube to find a question or a comment, right? Shambi says, Jason is biased because he's never criticized Dylan Gabriel as much and as blatant as he does with Shador. What is your answer?
I have said multiple times Dylan Gabriel is not the answer for this football team. Multiple times I've said Dylan Gabriel is not the bar against which we are measuring.
Bro, you better stand on what you said, because if I go back and I find the receipts, bro, you better not have ever praised Dylan Gabriel, because I promise you today, I will have a video so profound. I promise you. I'm finna go back and look at y'all show. if you said any nice things about Dylan Gabriel, I'm on your ass. Let's get back to the content.
NFL quarterbacks are Browns quarterbacks. So that's just blatantly false.
I like that question because can I answer it on my end, even though he's talking about you? We get accused of why don't you? It's happened less and less now because when the front office isn't even talking about him in press conferences, you kind of know where the score is. But it was, why aren't you guys talking about Dylan Gabriel? Because I got really nothing good to say, and I don't think that there's going to be any sort of a future.
He got put into a terrible position, terrible.
But I think
people think Shador got put in a bad spot. Dylan got put in a worse spot.
First off, he was overdrafted. I think we were all going, okay, well, that's not it.
Yeah, he was overdrafted. He played too early. Name the reasons for it. He needs a clean break.
Yes.
Ain't this the same guy that got all the first team reps? How the hell was he put in a bad position when he got all the first team reps? All the first team reps. But he was put in a bad position, though. He was put in a bad position, and he got all the first team reps during training camp. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense, bro.
Like, I thought Shador was at least worthy of having a conversation about. Dylan, I did not think, because of all the things I've said in the past. And that's not trying to be mean. That's just being honest, as honest as I possibly can. I'd rather have the conversations about Shador than just about any of the other quarterbacks that have been out there. I have fun talking about him. That being put out there, no, as of right now, I don't think he's going to be the franchise quarterback long-term for this football team. I think that he will probably be a guy that's a developmental guy.
Which is what he was always supposed to be.
I don't think that we have what it takes to develop him. I beg your pardon. We are switching out this offensive line. I disagreed with Mary Kay last year. I'm not going to bring it up again, but I'm telling you, you don't see teams rotate guys without injury. Wyatt got hurt at the end of that game. We're rotating guys on the offensive line without injury. What are we trying to do here? You don't do that in front of quarterbacks that you think are going to give you a long-term answer for that position. You're not going to do that. They didn't do that with Patrick Mahomes his second year in the NFL. They didn't do that with Josh Allen his rookie year in the NFL. If there's injuries, if there's guys that are trying to play through injuries, like a Landon Dickerson situation, they might do that. In Philadelphia, they've had to do that. They're not going to do that willy-nilly like that. And I disagreed with that then, and I'll always disagree with it now because it's not a serious enterprise. When you have to switch up nearly all 5 offensive linemen through free agency because you couldn't plan ahead before, so you have to make good with it, that's not going to be good for your second-year quarterback who was a 5th-round pick, who had trouble watching film, as you say, who has the things that you accuse him of, that puts him even further, or the sources that accuse him of, I should say, that puts him even further behind the 8 ball. And then my best wide receiver is what? Moody, Jerry Jeudy, and Isaiah Bond, who knows how to run about one route. And a jet sweep, so he can technically do kind of 2, sort of, in a way.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
And I got Harold Fannin Jr. I can't throw to him on every down now, can I? I do think because of circumstance, he's going to be left in the dust.
Dylan, you're talking about
Shador.
Oh, yeah.
Shador.
Yeah.
If he was drafted, I hate to say, I can't use the Ravens as an example because I think they're kind of messy right now. I thought they were messy even last year. I mean, all this, and we're going to go through the Lamar extension stuff. They were even asking DeCosta about them. I think they're messy. Had he been taken by a quality organization, a organization that has their ducks in a row,
they should have gone to Baltimore. It's where
I don't even. But I can't even make the argument for Baltimore anymore. I think if he were taken by, I hate to say it, if he were taken by New England, if he were taken by Seattle, if he were taken by Green Bay, if he were taken by anything that is more stable than this, I think he'd have a better chance because they're further along. At least with the talent that you have around you, you're further along. Because I know that he's able to take advantage of guys that he has around him, and I know that he's able to even elevate some of the play from college. But I don't think it's going to be enough time, and I think that by next offseason, next March, we're going to have these big conversations about all the usual suspects, Dante Moore and Arch Manning and Julian Sayin and Lenoris Sellers, et cetera, going into next year.
Yeah, and part of this also, you kind of alluded to it, Browns haven't developed a quarterback in 30 years. You think they're going to get this one right? With all of the outside noise and everything else on it, they're going to get this one right? I have a very hard time believing that. And that's not an indictment on Shador. That's an indictment on the organization.
How close should I watch C.J. Carr, by the way? I know I'm prone to being a Notre Dame fan. Owen, anything there? Okay, I'm just making
I
sure.
just want another quarterback.
216-474-0092. Let me go to. I thought it was Jovan. It's not Jovan. It's Javon. Javon or Joe?
I don't know, man. I'm not finna watch the rest of this, bro. This, as bad as I want to support Cleveland media, as bad as I want to support the Cleveland sources, as bad as I just want to support this organization, this is some bullshit that we dealing with. And I hardly ever curse in videos, y'all. I am truly, truly mad about this, man, because it's every week. Every week is something, bro. Like, I'm tired of the Browns, bro. Like, we ain't used to this, dog. We ain't used to this coming from the team you play for. Like, the reporters just being so negative. Now the national media, I get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't like Coach Prime. I get it. But not like DNVR never shitted on Shador. Colorado reporters never shitted on Shador. Not ever, bro. None of the reporters coming out of the city of Colorado, Jackson, Mississippi, Texas, none of these reporters shitting on this young man for the city he played with. Then we got reporters using Shador for clicks. I ain't gonna say no name. They using it for clicks. Y'all gonna say, John, I've been here. I've been here. They be having wishy-washy opinions. You think just because you bring certain people on your channel that makes you credible? Dude, I can interview a bunch of guys that know Shador. What difference does it make? I don't need validation. I am the validation. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on. I will be back with more content. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bro. Peace out.